That's where our prostitution area was, Barton Street.
Even though they loved their apartments or their homes, they were not feeling that this was a community where they would want to stay.
The last 3 or 4 years, that street has changed.
The mayor, when he was a child, and he's now almost 70, his father, who was the police chief in Pawtucket at the time, used to tell him about prostitution occurring in Barton Street, and it still happens to this day.
That 5-block area, that's their area. And that was always being known as Barton Street.
Every corner you went to, the Johns were waiting in line.
Decent women that were walking to Save-Right, or just to the coffee shop, the Dunkin' Donuts. And these guys are stopping, hey, you're going out, you need a date.
You really don't change the neighborhood by housing alone. You need to have other programs operating that will help residents feel secure and comfortable and offer places for their children to play.
And residents identified prostitution and drugs as their #1 complaint about the neighborhood. And so we finally decided, okay, we have to do something about this.
I knew what didn't work, and that was us going in there all the time and taking enforcement action. And then, like I said, invariably days or weeks later, it would be just back to the same way it was.
I haven't seen a girl work in the streets that she's doing it for the money to take a trip to Miami or to get a better car. It's either going up her nose or going in her arm.
And when I was growing up, I seen whores and pimps as I was growing up. And I've always seen that, and I said, I will never be a prostitute, and I will never have a pimp, and all that crap. And then, when I became 35, I got addicted to heroin.
They have kids. They sometimes have grandkids. They have brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers that are part of the community. They're not going to go away. We've had no success in saying commercial sex work, just go away and we'll ignore you.
These women need help. And if you're not willing to help them, then don't mock their survival skills.
Felicia, she is the outreach worker. She will go out and speak with the commercial sex workers, whether they be inside some of the bars, whether they're walking on the street.
Felicia has a tough job because I'm telling you one thing about the lifestyle is it is a lifestyle, and you really, if you've lived it and you don't know any other lifestyle, you can't just pull out of it like that. It's even if you get off the drugs, it's the whole scene that calls you.
What doesn't work is when someone's given a referral and, oh yeah, there'll be a case manager there between 8:30 and 4, and call and make an appointment, and when you get there, the person really doesn't know a lot about commercial sex work. That's not going to work.
You could just sense about Felicia that, she has our feelings for us, and it's not like going to some bureau. Yeah, it's not like going to some bureau and talking to somebody behind a desk that, can't relate or understand.
And I keep in contact with her, especially when I'm down and out. She's there even if it's for a hug or a few dollars or a cigarette or something.
The 3 pieces of the project so far are on-street outreach for commercial sex workers, case management and referrals to services such as detox, substance abuse treatment, mental health services, and HIV prevention groups and condom distribution.
And as you say, you could get a certificate of completion. And I said, I never had no completion of nothing, except for when I was in the prison, a few awards I got.
And I went to every class, and it gave me the strength that I needed.
Just getting together, it's not even the point of what we talked about. It's just the getting together part that it made a big difference for me.
The reduction in calls for service. In one particular year, I don't have the data with me right now, but we have shown a 900 call decrease in the Barton Street neighborhood.
One of the measures of success that we've seen of the program has been the large reduction in the arrest rate. In 2003, we had 49 arrests for prostitution, and it's down to 8, only 8 in 2008. The 2 critical issues for the women to help them longer term are jobs and housing.
Right now, I think that's the only thing that's lacking in my life right now is a job. If Renew can really find some company or a company who's willing to give us criminals or us ex-prostitutes a chance.
Most of the girls are locked up basically for the winter. They get a home, you get 3 meals a day.
That's a very sad commentary on the world that women find institutionalization, being incarcerated, as the safest place they know. There are some people where you can pour the resources in and your rate of return is not going to be that good. I believe very strongly that women involved in commercial sex work, if they get careful and appropriate case management, have the ability to change. And then all the negative disruption that we see, the cost of incarceration, the cost of care for their children, all of those negatives disappears.